This presentation is about the importance of early education, but also about the opportunity that a well-designed family of software brings to all business. Our product is not just wonderful and carefully designed and professional. By the way, it was designed by professionals like lecturers, therapists, speech therapists, speech specialists, and many others. But it also is a great opportunity for a business solution. It is not just about the content, but about the way it is delivered. I personally think that this product is a forecast as to how the education will look like, hopefully soon. Our product is also a great opportunity to give the little ones a chance to develop in a proper and enhanced way and not to miss any opportunity that this early stage of human development gives to all of us. It will show you all the benefits that our experience brought into this complete solution. I hope you'll see the chance it provides. Because every child develops in a different way, following their own unique path, and we know that the education system is not catching up with this. Everybody should have a place in the education system, no matter how much time it takes. We have realized that early and special needs education is about the needs, not the age. Very often we have been asked to provide specific materials for math, for example, for children with special needs age 10. We struggled with such tasks, so as it was impossible to fulfill such a request. Now our products enhance and satisfy the needs of developing children regardless of their age. They are based on skills advancement. They can keep up with different paces of child's development. The aim being providing individualized education for every child that tackles all areas of development. Considering the subject, a question might arise. Why did we bother? Early education is not a new subject. We all heard about the importance of early education. There is an abundance of learning materials, books, games, activities. More and more disorders are being classified, and special needs children are included very often in the general early education process. There are more and more directives about incorporating ICT into education. But our solution combines early and special needs education. The product is really versatile, and the children really enjoy it. Our products will allow your customers to choose from over 4,000 premium educational resources that can be used for the purposes of early education, as well as for the purposes of special needs education. The ready-made materials will provide supply for the entire school year. The non-linear approach will allow teachers, therapists, or parents to choose individual resources to fit the needs of individual children, taking into account their abilities, weaknesses, special needs, or special skills on different levels of advancement. Because kids really love to learn. It's the adult's approach to teaching that kills the curiosity. And fun and curiosity are definitely the ways to get into students. I have searched for ways to better the education of my children, to change the way I learned and was taught. I have been searching for ways different people approached learning process in different countries, different schools, and I found teachers choosing a certain method and then just sticking to it. I found therapists searching for answers in each newly developed research and complaining about the lack of professional resources. I found parents worrying whether they had already missed the moment with their child to do what's right for them. And in all this, the children kept growing and the door was closing. It is so easy to lose that precious moment of developmental burst if we keep experimenting and searching. I kept switching from Montessori to Waldorf through board game stores to specialized learning material stores, and then I finally found it. So, what is the solution and what it comprises? It is a series of interactive products aimed at preschool and special needs education, as I said. The series comprises, at the moment, of 6 titles: Step by Step, Logo Games, Talking Pictures, Word Games, Look and Say in 2 Steps, and Logorhythmics. They contain over 3,500 of premium resources, which can be delivered through 2 specially developed platforms, reflecting the needs of the end users. So you can take advantage of the products offline or online through those 2 dedicated platforms, or offline And the SCORM packages are for those that have their own learning management system and want to implement the products in their own way. The eduSensus Teachers and Therapists platform is dedicated to preschool teachers, speech therapists, pedagogues, therapists who work with special needs children. It supports teachers and therapists in their everyday work by providing them with necessary tools to conduct and monitor the learning or therapy progress. The eduSensus Parents and Children platform is dedicated to parents of preschool children, parents of special needs children, and will be appreciated by those parents who wish to work with their children at home, whether to support preschool education or extend the therapy under the specialist guidance. With the connection between two platforms, parents get individual homeworks from teacher or therapist and are able to continue the work at home or outside the class. eduSensus content products, which have been developed by a team of specialists, are recommended by the Polish Ministry of Education and are used in preschool and special needs institutions around the country. The series is also highly valued by speech therapists and child psychologists who use it in therapy of various disorders. As I said, all the materials included in our products have been created by specialists in early education as well as speech therapists and child psychologists using our expertise in digital content creation. The product offers priceless support in the education process as well as in preventing the developmental disorders. Please pay attention that by special needs we also understand those of gifted and talented children. Using our product will help them prepare for social and working environments, will help them find a place for their individuality. You will be able to provide a chance for any child to develop all necessary skills, including, but not limiting, to articulation skills, auditory perception, graphomotoric skills, lexical and linguistic skills, manual, mathematical, motor and musical skills, social skills and emotions, spatial perception, visual perception, thinking skills, and many more. The recent studies conducted with 12,000 kindergarteners and followed up 30 years later show that students who had learned much more in kindergarten were more likely to go to college than students with otherwise similar backgrounds. So even though the effect at first faded away, it returned later in life. The life paths of almost 12,000 children who had been part of a well-known educational experiment in Tennessee in the 1980s. So the children are now about 30 and well started on their adult lives, and their paths were examined. Turned out that students who learned more were also less likely to become single parents. As adults, they were more likely to be saving for retirement, and perhaps more striking, they were earning more. Good early education can impact skills that last a lifetime. Patience, discipline, manners, perseverance. The early development is like nothing later on. It's rapid, complex, and involves growing and building up, rather than dying off and disappearing. During this period, and especially the first 3 years of life, the foundations for thinking, language, vision, attitudes, aptitudes, and other characteristics are laid down. Later in life, everything an individual learns will grow from the information gained during these early years. While attending to special needs at an early stage is of vital importance, and not because the damage that occurs in early stage is irrevocable or irreparable, or that it leaves a mark that can never be erased. No. But it is of utmost importance to attend to special needs at an early stage because those damages done at an early stage of child development condition their chance for success. They negatively impact child's perspectives in future life. Stimulating the development at an early stage provides better foundations for the future life as an adult. Well, turns out that during the first 6 months of life, babies babble using 70 sounds that make up all the languages in the world. They will then learn to talk using only the sounds and words they pick up from their environment, most importantly from their parents and caregivers. A baby's brain will then discard the ability to speak in languages he or she does not hear. Well, the last part is speculated, but it does seem that children make those patterns. They not only in speaking, but also in hearing. So they are able to hear all the different sounds at an early childhood, at an early development. But later on, by listening to whatever is around them, They just develop patterns to just hear what, well, they are supposed to hear, so to say. So all of those types of intelligence need to be stimulated, and we did take this into account. And, most importantly, is having fun important? We have 4 brains in one: the reptile brain, the emotional brain, the little brain, and the thinking brain. The brainstem, sometimes called the reptile brain, controls many of our body's involuntary functions, and such as breathing, etc. But the mammalian or emotional brain is located in the center of the brain and stores memory. So the learning is easier if it is made emotional or fun. In fact, the door to learning is emotion. So it's scientifically proven now that the emotional brain stores memories, and emotions actually kind of give us a chance to put tags to everything we learned. So later on, it's much easier to retrieve everything that we learned when emotions played a crucial part. Well, with our product, the emotions will definitely play a crucial part. Actually, a part of the product is about emotions themselves. The product had been made to follow the sequence of child development. From basic areas of development, step by step, then logo games, talking pictures, to more complex ones, word games, look and say, logarithmics. They can be adapted to every level of child's development and to their individual path. I will show you the products in an offline version because it's easier to grasp the extent of it. And later on I will show you how they have been transformed into online and how they can be viewed and profited online. Step by step comes first, as it covers the basic areas of development, teaches a child working with a computer, and introduces basic skills. It is divided into 4 parts, which are designed to be used over the course of a year: spring, summer, autumn, winter. The methodological basis for the program focuses on shaping the main skills required for a child's appropriate development.
Hi, my name is Lily. It's nice to meet you.
There is always an audio introduction. The skills are cause of effect, visual perception, visual motor coordination, auditory perception and auditory motor coordination, audiovisual motor coordination, graphomotoric skills, mathematical skills, nature, spatial perception, thinking skills, and social skills. There is always an additional panel in each season, in each package, with additional materials, games or extras, rhymes and puzzles that can be used, outside the computer. All the seasons are following the same pattern, so all the skills are covered for each season. So let's take an example. Skills of cause and effect. The learning goals of the activities from this category are to develop cause and effect and thinking.
Make a picture.
There is always an audio introduction. And then it's just about clicking, basically. So they develop basic computer skills, teaching to realize that a mouse click triggers a change on the computer screen. They develop the skill of fixing eyes on changing images, and encourage the pupil to speak freely on the topics presented in the resulting illustration. They enhance self-esteem. As you heard, there is always a nice feedback, rewarding feedback. In this particular instance, it's not just audio because the snowman has been completed. The learning goals in the graphomotoric skills are to develop motorics. Here, let's choose this one because there will be no grid. Blue seems to be quite nice. Well, of course, if I had, a pen, it would be much nicer to do, but still, it will be a nice snowflake once printed. And of course, we can print it. We can have additional worksheet that we can play with afterwards. So they develop motorics by manipulating computer mouse. They build the skill of hitting a specific target area. And they develop the skill of drawing different patterns independently and following a dotted line, or not dotted. There are many here. They develop the skill of copying a pattern and develop pupils' creativity. In the nature category, children develop or improve the skill of describing the weather as well as
Freezing outside. Choose and mark the right food for the bird.
so they learn about the habits of animals and raise the awareness of the necessity to help them. So of course here we'll have the negative feedback. Well, lollipop is not for the bird. It's really very appropriate because the children at early stage, they can't really differentiate that the needs that they have are not necessarily the needs that the others have. So this one makes the bird happy. So as I said, you develop or improve the skills of describing the weather as well as you can even...
Find a winter tree and mark it.
Okay, so the differences.
Great.
So the observation of the weather.
This is a bear. This is a roe deer. This is a blue tit. Find and mark the bird.
So you learn the animals, you learn their habits, as I said, and you learn to differentiate. To change the mood, let's show some hope, which is spring. Again, we can always skip, and as you can see, all the categories are here as well. So in the visual perception and visual motor coordination, the kids develop and improve the skill of fixing eyes on picture. They develop the skill of using eyes and body movement to complete specific tasks. There's always audio.
Plant the flowers in the same way.
They develop the skill of color and shape recognition. They also build the skill of finding matching elements and forming pairs, and
Plant the flowers in the correct places.
develop the skill of forming 2 and 3 element rows and perceiving relations between the parts and the whole. The additional manual activities that are right here develop manual skills by, well, maybe this one, by cutting, sticking together, coloring, modeling. Then you can print, play, do anything you want. They definitely improve motorics. The extra activities also develop memory, auditory perception,
What is this? The snow has melted now. First flowers grow and snowdrops bow. Do you know who they want to meet? It's spring. It's spring. They
And-
long to greet.
and also pronunciation, as you can record and then listen to yourself.
Lily likes shopping in autumn very much, and she enjoys.
So here we
eating
have
sweet
autumn.
apples.
Again, we can skip. Auditory perception. Well, here you can enhance the skill of listening and concentrating attention of auditory stimuli.
Move your mouse over the picture and listen to the sound.
You can build the skill of recognizing and naming the surrounding sounds and certain musical instruments later on. Also, gain the skill of differentiating basic concepts of quiet and loud.
Is the rain light or heavy? Mark the correct picture.
As you can see, not just auditory but also visual feedback gratification. Well, speech is the most important part of human development. We definitely learn the world through words, through language. Understanding comes from applying a designation to reality. The richness of the language and vocabulary often equals the richness of the inner world. We start to remember the world around when we are able to verbalize it and put a designation to it. Our product definitely helps with this. Logo games comes next. Here, children control elements that they see on the computer screen using their own voice, practicing and improving articulators, which require exactly the same practice as any other muscle does to develop properly. Children can control their own voice and learn that they actually have that control. That it is them who control the voice, not the voice that controls them. Here we can put all the settings that we would like. This knowledge is actually crucial to avoiding speech disorders. Apple. 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 You always have the help here. The disorders very often occur due to the fact that the kids do not realize that by shaping the tongue or opening the mouth in a certain way, they can actually change the coming out sound. Very often they cannot hear their own mistakes. So here definitely will help them. Again, we can set the difficulty levels here. This game encourages the pupils to utter sounds and stimulates them to speak. If the pupil's voice is directed to the microphone, an illustration appears on the screen. The illustration's color and how long it will remain on the screen depend on the voice's volume. The interest in the image appearing on the screen encourages the child to utter sounds that will trigger a reaction on the screen. As you can see, the bee is really working hard. The program activates acoustic optical feedback, stimulating the child to utter various sounds. Work with Logo games keeps the children entertained, which is why they eagerly participate in classes and the effects of their work are visible much sooner. While the Logo parrot, here the computer repeats with a certain delay the words and phrases spoken by the child to the microphone. The game encourages the pupil to speak, to hear the echo. I'm a friend. You don't have to worry. Talk to me. It really encourages the children to talk. The games here allow the children to control the rhythm, pace, volume, level of the voice, modulation, intonation, and lengthening of the expiratory phase. In this game, it supports the training of the modulation of the vocal pitch, height, and intonation. The pitch of the voice directed to the microphone steers the element on the screen. Ooh, 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 ooh. I got the 2 woodpeckers to feed. Woo! Oh, too late. Woo! There we go. We can also use just words at a certain pitch. If we talk really low, then the woodpecker still will feed their babies. Talking pictures is next. Here the children already learn to speak and recognize and differentiate specific sounds. A child learns by copying and imitating others. So, at first the exercises aim at sound recognition and repetition.
Click on the animal in the picture and listen to what it says. Try to imitate the sound. Record it and listen to yourself.
Shaping audio skills is crucial to learning the ability of imitating. And please pay attention that the sounds are real and onomatopoeic. The natural sound is ascribed to each illustration with the movement. You can listen to the onomatopoeic sound, then record yourself. Hiss. Hiss. And then listen and see if you did well. So, thanks to that, the child can simultaneously hear the sound and see its source. Look at the amount of the categories here. So, can also see the situation at which the sound occurs. If you ever had any doubt as to the difference between the emergency vehicles then now you can easily explain to children. There are home life sounds, earth sounds, all very natural. So the child will see the source from where the sound actually comes, which is really important. Together with the first words, the children actually learn abstract ideas as well, like colors. And look at the amount of the exercises here. Like positions. I like this one best.
Around.
Or antonyms. Very funny pictures, really good graphics. Or if that wasn't fun enough, then we have some babbling sounds. Remember when I mentioned at the very beginning? All the different sounds that children are able to actually babble and have fun with. The program provides the possibility to record the child's speech and compare it with the sound from the program's sound base, as I said. I won't even try to record this one. That would be a bit much. At the bottom here, you see all the additional resources that we have provided. E-riddles aim to test the skill of recognition and classification.
Play the wonderful ear-riddle game. Click on the animal that matches the sound you hear. To start the game, click on the Start button.
So classification of sounds to images. The activities develop auditory sensitivity and memory and enhance linguistic development. As you can see, there is feedback. We can have the negative feedback. There you go. Try again. That was not good. The activities from the games aim to test the acquired skills. Here will be the memory game. Didn't make that right. Again. The recitation and rhymes. Teach while entertaining. And there are also facts. There's a set of facts about the development of hearing and its relation to the development of speech. And the recitation helps to develop correct pronunciation.
Listen to the rhyme entitled The Rooster's Loss. Try to read it. Record it and listen to yourself.
So it enhances speech fluency and teaches how to control prosodic qualities of speech, such as accent, pace, melody, and intonation. It also helps to improve pronunciation and train auditory memory. Develops the skill of text comprehension and enhances imagination and memory. Develops linguistic intelligence. Word games constitute another step in child's development. Apart from simple, basic words, we have more complicated constructions that shape the communication, competence, and linguistic skills.
Sofa. Armchair.
Children learn to construct first sentences here as well. Look at the amount of environments that the children can learn a lot about.
Vegetables.
As you can see, a lot of categories here. Many more to come. The product's objective is to let the child achieve such a level of language advancement that will be sufficient for free communication with the child's immediate environment. Basically, to understand others and to be understood. Well, please look at this category here.
Click the green buttons and observe as the boys' and girls' faces change. Try to copy these faces and name them.
As you can see, there is no check button here because there is no right or wrong. Emotions simply are. and they are fine whatever they are, and children should learn that and should understand that. Each category is equipped with additional exercises. Worksheets, for example, is a rich set of printable materials to use in traditional lessons with pupils. It contains numerous activities. You can print them and play outside of the computer world. Complex instructions provide an excellent reference to real-life situations.
Take the book from the table and put it on the shelf.
How many times have we actually struggled with that? Again, always tools and additional exercises. As you can see, again, a lot of different situations. They get more and more complex.
Put the mugs on the shelf and put all the vegetables into the pot.
So mugs go on the shelf. But that's not all. Then all the vegetables, so categorization and grouping. Very important here. And a nice feedback at the end. And then we can go again. Those exercises develop the skills of understanding and following the instructions, even complex ones.
Put all the round or blue items under the table.
And they develop logical thinking skills, spatial orientation skills, planning skills, and definitely enhance auditory memory. Additional categories here, antonyms, that develop the skill of recognizing words with opposite meaning, classification, logical thinking, descriptions applied to nouns, and then simple clauses and chronology of events, so very well-known sequence, linguistic competence, and maybe mini dialogues here. The learning goals here are to develop the skill of connecting logical answer with question.
What is a possible topic for a conversation between the children in the picture? Choose a question and an answer.
They develop correct accent and intonation in questions and answer as well.
What time is it?
The child should pay attention that this is the important part of the situation.
What is your name? Which street do you live on?
But since that was the question, well, pay attention to the answers, to the options here.
My favorite toy is the watch.
So if you didn't pay attention to the question, you will get the answer wrong. Because, okay, from the picture, well, you could probably guess that maybe it could be about the toys, being the watch, especially if the child is young, doesn't have the watch yet.
No, thank you. It is 12 o'clock.
So that's the only one. If we try to put this one...
What time is it? It is 12 o'clock.
Please pay attention to the great feedback that was here. The negative feedback as well. You can always get the solutions and start again. The product is also equipped with additional button. So with hearing problems, you can always have it all written. It really lets the child shape the skill of understanding speech and allows it to speak its mind. Now it is time to expand the lexical resources of the child, and what follows, the child's knowledge of the word. The software contains 1,300 words, many of which are rare in child's vocabulary. The Multimedia vocabulary collection is divided into 30 categories. You can see only 15 right here because it's the first step, each accompanied by a number of screens and activities at different levels of difficulty. A written word appears here, and the program uses a look and say method, a method of teaching beginners to read by memorizing and recognizing whole words rather than by associating letters with sounds. Words and phrases, then exercises, and then there are additional materials. As you can see, simple words that will probably be in every girl's vocabulary, but slightly more complex ones as well.
What is it?
Written word.
Doll's pushchair.
Each word is represented in sign language. Well, sign language has been proven to activate new areas in the brain,
Doll's pushchair.
new brain connections. It also teaches tolerance and understanding. There is also lip reading video.
Doll's pushchair.
The recent research actually shows that children are naturally equipped with this kind of talent to read lips. They use it kind of automatically, naturally, biologically, to understand better what is being said to them, to understand better how they should repeat it, how they should imitate that. So they are observing lips all the time as we talk. Again, you can record yourself. Doll's pushchair.
Doll's pushchair.
And then listen to my lovely voice. After expanding the vocabulary from words and phrases, we can proceed to exercises. Here, the children consolidate the acquired knowledge.
Listen to the recordings and adjust 2 illustrations to each of them.
Revise the vocabulary related to the lexical category and develop the skill of sound differentiation. In addition, the activities develop the skills of classifying, logical thinking, and memorizing.
Doll's pushchair and doll.
We have worksheets here as well to work more outside of the computer, to construct games or use them for any other fun developing activities. And then we can also use the tool panel. Go to games that again practice memorization,
Doll.
recognition, automatization of the acquired vocabulary from a
Doll's pushchair.
given lexical category.
Clown.
There are a few levels of difficulty for each game,
Puppet.
and they actually
Robot.
go automatically. So you can...
Book.
The more distracting illustrations there are, the higher the level of the game. Each game is divided into stages. Completing one level makes it possible to switch to another. As you can see,
Police car.
the illustrations are displayed at random order.
Ambulance.
You can always ask for help,
Ambulance.
repeat, and proceed. The additional feature is the comic creator. That actually develops children's creativity and allows to check whether the child uses the vocabulary in a logical and comprehensive manner. Because as long as the cat is in the bedroom, I guess it's fine. But what if a cow appears in the bedroom and the child does not think it's a joke? Well, we probably need to sit down and talk more. Then we launch the rocket and basically it plays the whole movie that we have created. It's the first movie created by a child. You can also add sounds, whatever you want. Make it as interesting as possible. Logarithmics is the most difficult level of development. The exercises require a lot of knowledge in sound differentiation. They develop musically, which in consequence develops the child's natural abilities, improves speech, as speech is rhythmic. Learning music helps speak clearly and fluently. So all these exercises are gonna support that. The first category will be motoric activities. they develop proper functioning of big motorics, which is essential before moving on to small motorics, strictly connected with articulative movement. The exercises practice
To jump well, you must first know how to bend your knees.
basic
Should be
locomotor
put firmly on the
movements,
floor.
such as walking and running, and the skill of joining them. They also contain jumping exercises and motor coordination connected with audiovisual coordination exercises. The films show sample exercises to perform during the classes. The learning goals of the auditory exercises are to develop the skills of rhythm, timbre, dynamics, accent, articulation, melodics. They basically prepare for the proper sound differentiation and speech sound production. They enrich the child's knowledge with musical terms as well.
On the right side, find the hands which clap in the same manner as those on the left.
You can see the written
Combine
word.
identical recordings into pairs.
And here you have the matching. I think that's the one, actually. Yeah, that was a good try. We have additional worksheets that are rich set of printable materials to use in traditional lessons with pupils. Numerous activities actually contain in this category enhance the child's creative thinking. Another one, maybe that we could show. I mean, there is really a lot of exercises. Oh, that one is nice.
Click the speaker next to the big picture to hear the melody.
And please pay attention to the feedback, as I think it's really great here.
You're doing fine.
See? And I already feel better. And I'm an adult. The verbal and musical exercises contain a lot of songs. Singing is basically the natural activity in speech development. Songs have been selected both with regard to musical parameters, so pace, scale, and rhythm, as well as topics which children will find interesting. The song's learning goals are to consolidate the proper sound of a word in specific musical parameters, develop musical skills, of course, develop musical ear and the sense of rhythm, provide the knowledge of the world, conduce to the proper speech development, and develop attention concentration skills. You can listen to the song, you can sing the song, and you can record it. So it's karaoke and everything in one. The music is really vibrant, has been composed by our employees. I actually really can barely stop myself from singing it out loud. So, and then we have exercises here, which basically reinforce. You see, when children learn just songs without actually understanding the vocabulary, the words, the lyrics, what's inside the song, then we of course achieve the musical education, the musical enhancement, but we kind of lose the other part, the other language side of it. So here the exercises are trying to prevent that from happening. The child actually really needs to pay attention to the words, understand what is happening, what is going on. And again, I hope for nice feedback.
Keep going.
Yeah, each one is different. The animations are shown in random. Of course, worksheets again that you can take advantage of. Then we have additional box of tools that contain a virtual keyboard So that's is a tool comprising 2 octaves. The keyboard can be used with the singing activities to teach scales or compose own melodies. In addition to a metronome can be used with the program. Then we have Melody Composer that allows composing own melody. You start and you choose the instrument, then choose the notes. And additional rhythmic values. So it is really a great tool for teachers that would like to make the lesson more attractive. They can easily include music even if they are not musically talented themselves. So a great tool. As I said before, you can take advantage of the product offline or online through 2 online platforms. One for the teachers and therapists, and that's the platform for the professional market, and the other for parents and children, the platform for the home market. Teachers spend countless hours every evening, weekend, whatnot, to prepare lesson plans, cutting out papers, glue, second job with no pay. Thanks to the platforms, they will gain access to all 3,500 resources in one place. They can choose the type, so search, enter the keyword, or choose by category: development, resource type, thematic, lesson phase, product. As you can see, all the products that I have shown you are here. They have been divided into activities or games and additional materials. So everything is right here, and you can search down to one screen. As the search is cumulative, it narrows down. It always shows you the number of resources that you can find. And everything is right here at a click reach. As you could see, the impact of the content goes beyond the classroom and working with computer, as there are tons of printable worksheets. They will be in the additional materials, sometimes in the activities as well. So if we go to additional materials, you can see all the flashcards that I have been showing you. You can print them. You can also see that upon hovering the mouse, a communicate will show that basically gives you the idea as to what the exercise can be used for. You see, logo canon game, practices speech rhythmics, the player shoots elements moving on the screen, etc. The very efficient search function is accompanied with a functionality of playlists that allows all users to adjust the materials to their needs and to personalize every class activity. So you basically create, and then it's right there. And you can start and enjoy it. Because the faster and longer you talk, then the ball will actually move and 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 move. The educator basically can put resources tailored to whatever needs, put some description, and let's go. They can be tailored to the individual needs of each child, so I can choose any category. Let's say I actually want lexical skills, and so it all shows here. And then I can add what I feel will constitute a great lesson for a particular student, for a group of students, or for the entire class, for that matter. And then you save it, and the playlist is basically ready. The teacher can also create a child's account and assign children to a specific group. In the child's account, they can put all the details about the child, their developmental level, speech, hearing, motor skills, then add all important documents, anything they choose between PDF files and PowerPoint presentations. The teacher will be able to put every event or educational activity here, assign specific classes, lessons, activities, and the file is ready. At a click reach, now the history can be printed anytime, shown to the parents, and prepare, so the teacher can prepare themselves for parents' meeting within minutes now. Add notes and enjoy the job. The platform for parents and children is an amazing place for parents and children. They can choose a product. They have all the sample materials here. It's easy to see, easy to try, can be enjoyed anytime, as I said. It's definitely a great place for parents who want to wisely support the development of their child during the preschool period. Again, you'll have the screens, explanation, all the necessary information that you would require, even table of contents. The platform narrows down the overwhelming choice in the internet to just the professional and age-appropriate, well-designed materials that will enhance child's development in a fun way. And please pay attention to what we have added to this particular platform is all the flip books that contain additional materials that have been produced and designed in such a way that they are just ready-made there at a click reach for any parent or child to enjoy. It contains all the beautiful materials that can be used outside the classroom, at home, outside the computer. What's really important. It's a one very interesting place where all the activities have been gathered with the same type of navigation, secure and always there when you need it. I hope this presentation showed you, at least to some extent, what a great benefit it is for teachers, therapists and specialists, how much time it will save them, how much it will enrich their work. They will finally be able to truly love their job. Well, the product is really versatile and really rich. So the professionalism that it has been created with basically provides benefits for ministries of education as it fulfills the introduction of the ICT into educational process, and benefits for school directors as it definitely eases the workflow. All the materials gathered in one easily accessible place, and such materials. The cooperation between the platforms actually provides a chance for the teacher to send tasks, assignments for particular students, so they can enjoy the work or the additional tasks at home, outside the computer, or just outside of the therapy. Well, I hope that you do believe me now that the product is really good, and I hope it will satisfy your needs. If not, please contact me and we can talk more. It's for teachers, therapists, parents, children. It's for math, language, music, all the skills that I've shown. It contains audio instructions, easy intuitive navigation, the special big button function, subject exhausting. All the skills that are covered definitely stand for versatility. Has been created by specialists. Speech therapists, educators, speech-language pathologists, therapists, lecturers, specialists in psychological and educational support for children and youth, therapists of the Maria Montessori method, clinical child psychologists. Our experience has been really put into use with creating this product. And the combination of early and special needs education gives the chance to cover it all, because again, it's about the needs. The solution provides a safe environment and an opportunity to take some of the content away from the internet or even computer through the option of printable materials. And the variety of activities stimulate child's development and boost their creativity and divergent thinking using cutting-edge teaching methods. It's definitely individualized through the choice, through the ability to choose all these materials at random, in any order, at any time. You can choose any part of any program, and it's definitely fun, therefore definitely engaging. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please contact me, writing to this email address. We have additional materials that I can send you It's a PDF file that gives all the information, and also a demo disc that gives you a chance to see for yourself samples of each of the products. Thank you.